Neil Peart, the legendary drummer and lyricist of Rush, is widely regarded as one of the greatest drummers in rock history, known for his technical precision, complex rhythms, and deep philosophical lyrics that elevated Rush's music to a level few bands ever reached. But behind the public image of the quiet, brilliant musician was a life filled with immense complexity, personal struggles, and a profound journey that most fans only partially understand. Born in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada in 1952, Peart developed an early fascination with drumming, eventually studying under renowned teachers and developing a highly distinctive style that blended rock, jazz, and classical influences. In 1974, he joined Rush, replacing original drummer John Rutsey, and quickly became not only the rhythmic engine of the band, but also its chief lyricist, writing thought-provoking lyrics that explored philosophy, science fiction, and personal introspection. Rush's rise to fame through albums like 2112, Moving Pictures, and Permanent Waves showcased Peart's extraordinary talent and cemented his reputation as a master drummer and intellectual lyricist. However, behind the scenes, Peart lived a much more solitary and private life than many of his peers in the rock world. While his bandmates, Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson, often embraced public life, Peart remained intensely private, rarely giving interviews and avoiding the rock star lifestyle. His quiet demeanor masked an inner world filled with reflection, self-doubt, and a constant quest for meaning, often expressed through his deeply personal and often philosophical lyrics. But Neil Peart's life would take a tragic turn in the late 1990s, when in the span of less than a year, he suffered two unimaginable losses. In 1997, his 19-year-old daughter Selena died in a car accident, and less than a year later, his wife Jackie passed away after a battle with cancer. These devastating losses left Peart utterly broken, leading him to step away from music entirely. Consumed by grief, he embarked on a 55,000-mile motorcycle journey across North and Central America, chronicling his travels and emotional healing. In his memoir Ghostwriter, Travels on the Healing Road. During this time, Peart contemplated never returning to Rush or to music at all, as the weight of his grief was nearly unbearable. Yet, with the support of his surviving bandmates and his eventual remarriage to photographer Carrie Nuttall, Peart found a path back to life and to music. Rush would return in 2002 with the album Vapor Trails, marking a triumphant yet emotionally charged comeback for Peart and the band. Despite his return, Peart continued to struggle with the demands of touring, his deep-seated introversion, and the physical toll that decades of intense drumming had taken on his body. As the years went on, Peart openly discussed his desire to retire, citing not only physical exhaustion, but also a growing contentment with his life outside of music, spending time with his wife and young daughter Olivia. In 2015, Rush played what would become their final tour, as Peart quietly stepped away from the band and public life, honoring his need for peace and family time. Tragically, in 2020, fans were stunned to learn that Peart had been privately battling glioblastoma, an aggressive form of brain cancer, for several years before his passing at age 67. His deeply private nature kept his illness hidden, reflecting the same personal reserve that had defined much of his life. Neil Peart's story is far more complicated than his legendary career alone suggests, encompassing immense personal loss, philosophical introspection, and a lifelong search for meaning, amidst triumph and tragedy.